Kannada film actor Ranya Rao was arrested allegedly attempting to smuggle 14.8 kg of gold worth 12 crore from Dubai. Now, Ranya Rao is the daughter of IPS officer Ramachandra Rao, who currently serves as the DGP of the Karnataka State Police Housing Corporation. Her father has distanced himself from her actions. Reports have also suggested that the actress used to easily evade checks as she was related to the Karnataka DGP. Now, officials have also placed Mr. Rao and of course Ms. Rao under surveillance after noting that her frequent visits to Dubai, multiple trips within a span of just 15 days. They are now probing whether any law enforcement officers, including her IPS father, were aware of her activities and were misled into assisting her. Now, following her arrest, Rao was taken to the DRI headquarters and the questioning process is still on. Officials are investigating whether the actress acted alone in this regard or was part of a larger gold smuggling racket operating between Dubai and India. Now, why is this issue important? This is critical because gold smuggling is a criminal offence in the country, and although there are different central laws which prevent and prohibit gold smuggling, it remains a significant concern for India given its economic impact and potential threats to national security. To make more sense of this, I have with me Sanjay Sahai, who is former DGP of Karnataka. We also have Sandeep Shastri, who will be joining us in just a bit. Mr. Sahai, sources also say that Ranya Rao would regularly seek police assistance at the airport, claiming that she is the daughter of a big man and she would be escorted out without any checks. Do you see this as a misuse of privilege for criminal activity, and how does investigation usually proceed in cases like this?
Foremost, we would like to see whether she was entitled to any protocol facilities. If she was not entitled to protocol facilities, and as the incumbent DGP is talking about that he has not been in touch with her for last 4 months since the time she got married. So I think still how she was getting the protocol facilities, I'm not aware of. The second important facet is when you're coming and landing at any international airport in India. So beyond the immigration, there is no security check. But certainly there is a customs booth or a customs passage where you declare if you are carrying something with yourself. Otherwise, you go through what is popularly known as the green channel. It is very intriguing to find out that she coming 4 times or 10 times since January. We are not sure of the fact as to how many times she was carrying gold on her. But the customs officials, and might be there is a DRI component also in those custom officials, not been able to make out by her gait, the way she walked and things of that nature, because anybody with say around 45-50 kgs of weight carrying 15 kgs on yourself, I think is not a very easy proposition.
Right.
Next is that once she moves out of the airport, there I think what is available in the public domain, I'm not privy to any other information. So she used to get into a government vehicle, and that used to take her to her place. So
right.
Broadly, these are at the smaller levels. These things have happened.
Okay.
What is extremely scary is that she is coming from Dubai. And Dubai, I think most of us have traveled and we know how difficult it is to get across security in Dubai. I remember of the year 2000, when straight away they ask you to go through the door frame metal detectors, and if it makes a noise, you keep repeating the same operation till the time you get a green light, and there is absolutely no sound at all. I have come back from Dubai only on 21st of last month. I was there for 3 days for some of my work, and it is extremely difficult to get across that.
So it's an intriguing case. Let me also get in Professor Shastri here. Professor Shastri, you also heard Mr. Sahai out. We saw a similar gold scam in 2020 in Kerala. It snowballed into a major controversy. Sources in this case also revealed that protocol privileges typically reserved for bureaucrats helped Ranya Rao evade scrutiny, and the same thing happened even with Swapna Suresh in that case. How do you see this playing out politically, and also, how do these episodes actually mean for political parties, for governance? Does it show that we have loopholes when it comes to investigating these cases, especially in existing laws?
I would fully endorse the points which Sanjay ji just now made. And I think as somebody who has been part of the police at a very high level, he has very rightly articulated the key issues. Based on what you just now said, Vasudha, I would just like to add 2 points. One, I think this indicates how the whole circle and the whole process of entitlement in this country, how it has been misused and abused by people, and those close to those in high places have often taken advantage of this and sought this entitlement for themselves very often when it is not due. And I think this is not just the first case, this is where this has happened. You have referred to an earlier case that has happened, and those of us who watch events in the public domain know how it is quite common to see that those who are close to those with entitlements get the benefit of that entitlement. And I think it's very clear in Ranya Rao's case.
Right.
Secondly, I think this is also indicative of how, as a society, we need to be very careful and cautious of those who are public figures because for all practical purposes, Ranya Rao was a film actress and was seen in the public domain, was visible to people. Now, I think there has to be an element of caution in society as to how people in the public domain discharge their civic responsibilities. And as your caption itself says, are we here dealing with somebody who is part of a larger smuggling racket?
Right.
This is only something that time will tell us. So for me, these are the two important indicators that come from this episode we have seen yesterday.
Mr. Sahai, also help our viewers understand what kind of impact does gold smuggling have on India's economy and national security, because we all know that gold is important to India and Indians, but when it comes to gold smuggling, we've always seen these episodes come out of airports. What kind of impact does it have on our national security and also India's economy?
It has a very, very detrimental impact on the national security of this country and also the economy of the country. Suffice to say that in the fiscal year 2023, 4,869.6 kgs. So that is the quantum of gold we are talking about. And to best of my experience in India and a couple of other places outside, my understanding is not more than 10% of the gold gets caught. So if 10% is getting caught, so you can understand the total quantum of movement of gold, which is happening all across these illegal channels. Now, 36% of it, I think, comes through the airport, if I'm not mistaken, and a huge component is coming through the Northeast. Northeast has been a very, very porous border, and Northeast is basically this Myanmar route from where it comes. But the places where it is known, say, we had a huge seizure at Ahmedabad airport. We know that Trivandrum and might be Bangalore, these are the places which are extremely porous. Let me tell you, extremely porous. That is the way I understand. I will not go by only official proclamations either of the government or of DRI or of customs or any agency for that matter. So those are official proclamations. They are made in inverted commas within the
there are some
language.
porous airports that we have to be completely careful about. Thank you so much. I'm completely out of time. Thank you, Mr. Sahai. Thank you, Professor Shastri, for joining me on this broadcast. With multiple agencies now probing Ranya Rao's role in smuggling racket, authorities have also started working on deciding the extent of her involvement and potential links to larger organized rackets and networks. Remember, actor Ranya Rao was arrested at Bengaluru International Airport for allegedly attempting to smuggle 12 crore worth gold from Dubai. And of course, that has raised several questions there. With that, it's a wrap on the show. More news and updates on the other side.